It's not just mine, his or her house. This is our house.
Hello, my name is Tyrone Lowe, owner of T-Lowe Video Productions. And in the House of the Legends, I have two powerhouse DJs. I have DJ Frankie Estevez and DJ Will G. Welcome to the House of the Legends.
Thank you for having me.
Frankie, let's talk about you first, man. Let's talk about how you first got started in this craft of music.
Well, I'm a big club head, so I've been hitting the club scene for a very long time. We're going back to like early 90s, and I was very influenced by the atmosphere of good music, dancing, listening to DJs play selective kinds of music. It was just a very interesting thing for me. And coming into that club scene, I was already DJing before that, but just listening to the music just influenced me to get started with production and just make music.
I see that you produce a lot of people, man. Just name a few of them.
I worked with Viola Sykes, I worked with Kenny Bobian, I worked with Daryl DiBono, Lee Genesis, Barbara Tucker, so
And the list
so
goes on and on.
and on.
Yeah.
DJ Will G.
Yeah.
Now, I met this guy on the internet, apparently, when I called you Instant Messenger, because I was like,
Yes.
this guy's playing all over the place, Jersey, you know. So
Jersey.
I said, well, let me connect with him, and I call him periodically, randomly. So let's talk about how you actually got started with this.
Well, pretty much to echo what Frankie just said, you know, I fell in love with house music at the age of 12. You know, I was just learning how to play. And my actual experience coming out to hear the music and seeing what it does to a crowd, I was hooked ever since. You know, I love house music. It's been my passion ever since. I never looked back.
And you're originally from Jersey.
I'm originally from Jersey, Newark, New Jersey.
Okay. And what clubs have you played in?
Jesus, so many. Well, as far as clubs, major clubs, let's see. Sensations was one of them. Elevations, one of them. None of the old, like I've never played Zans or played in New York or anywhere like that, but a lot of resident parties I've done throughout Newark. Let's see, Exact Nature Party was my first residency along with Naeem Johnson. The list goes on. Jesus, so many parties. Collective Souls down at the Coffee Cave. We had Nubia Party on Halsey Street in Newark. And the list goes on, man. I've just been all over the place grinding. I played in New York, Frank's Lounge, Sapphire, all different types of places, little spots.
So I'm going to ask you individually, like, Frankie, what do you feel about the house community? I mean, the politics, the integration, you know, the whole scenario.
Well, I think there's a misinterpretation of a lot of the stuff that's going on today, and it comes to just the level of frustration with people just trying to get out there. Number one, there's the politics. Does it exist? Yeah. But unfortunately, it's just that relationship runs deeper. And sometimes when you make music and you try to get it to the right outlets to try to promote it, support it, it doesn't always work. You know, if you look at the way the market is today, a lot of the guys are in their own little circle. So it's the groupie thing, the
cliques.
The cliques. And sometimes that can help you as a developing artist, you know, but at the same time, I believe that if you just make great music, everyone's going to be behind it. It just comes down to the production end, the artistry, the level of thinking, with the approach, you know. So to me, I feel that the music can definitely be out there if it's good music, period.
Congratulations on the Casio thing. You know,
Yes, sir.
he was here. He
Great
brought the
album.
whole entourage with him. We did our thing here, and I think he's epic, and I think that you guys really did a good job on that, you know, and y'all still got a lot more stuff coming along with that, huh?
Casio is a very talented dude. I love this guy. He's my brother. Casio has been around for a minute, so he has found his way to still keep his name going, which is to me important because I know he's balancing a 9 to 5, and to do what he does, it's like I just have to say wow.
Yeah.
You know, and he's very creative. You know, Casio's been working with everybody. I mean, I go back with Casio with Josh Milan and Kevin when they were doing the thing, and I was a big supportive at the time with their music in the early '90s when they were putting out records. You know, so to be a part of Casio's production team with what he's doing, I'm impressed.
Okay. And Will, you're not doing any production, are you?
Not right now, no, I am not. Just DJing pretty much and running a sound company, AV, pretty much for the most part.
Because you was very heavy on cyber jams.
Yeah.
And I used to listen to you all the time. I like, hey, he's playing some stuff there.
Yeah,
You know.
well, you know, I've been doing internet radio since, what, B-Town Sound when we first started?
Yeah.
This is going back almost 20 years.
Okay.
Now. So we've been grinding, and I love it. I mean, you gotta, you know, it's about breaking new music to me, you know, and just having fun. I mean, you know, supporting the scene, pushing artists, getting them out there, you know, breaking records, getting them played in the clubs. You know, it starts there. People, they listen to our shows, and, you know, they pretty much can go shopping from what we've been playing right there as long as the stuff is out.
You know, it's funny because I wanted to do a sequel on Cyber Jams. And
Okay.
I wanted Sammy to come down here, and I wanted to have the whole profile thing of Cyber Jams because I think Cyber Jams is very fantastic. A lot of guys are really breaking records on there.
Shout out to
as well.
Sammy Rock and
most
Catherine.
definitely. Shout out
Cat.
to you, Sammy.
Yeah.
You know, Frank. You know, for the upcoming artists and producers, you know, what do you suggest for them as far as dealing with the craft and the whole scenario?
Be creative.
Yeah.
Be creative because to me, right now we're so overly saturated in the market with a lot of records that are just starting to sound the same. So just bring something different, and you know you're gonna expect constructive criticism, so it's gonna come no matter what. Just do what you do and believe in it, and just go forward with it, and get it out there to the masses. Everybody out there has a little piece of idea that someone's going to relate to it and say, you know, this is what I like, this is what I want to hear. And that's great.
Yeah, I agree with them. You have to be creative. You know, DJs and producers now are a dime a dozen. Everybody's doing it.
Right.
So it's pretty much to the point, what's going to make you stand out? You know, so it's being creative, like Frankie said, and staying on your grind, man. It's working on your brand is very important.
Okay.
And like you said, if the music is good, people like think about it. As a DJ, we all DJ.
Right.
We know good music. So if we like it, we're going to support it.
Right. Most definitely, yeah.
So you know, and then we develop favorite producers and so forth and so forth.
It's funny you say that because back in the days, man, when I was running from company to company to pick up records, it wasn't that easy. We had to report the top 25s to maybe like WBLS. We had to do the feedback sheets. So I wasn't sure for a long time.
I still do it.
And, you know, that's how we got our music. Technology's transferred over to a whole different scenario. Frankie, sign of the times, you know. Let's talk about that because Russell Patterson was here not too long ago. And I know you had a lot to do with that song. So let's talk about how y'all actually got that started.
Well, you know, Sign of the Times is a very great, it's beautiful. Simply because when Russell came up with the way he presented it with lyrics and the point that he was trying to make regarding what's happening today, the protests, everybody's standing for something. Everybody's protesting. We have a lot of people out there that are very passionate about how they feel with what things are going on in the world today. So when the song was put together, Russell came to me with it and he said, you know, let's come up with a creative idea with the beat, musical, and Russell had the lyrics already in place, how he wanted to do it. And we put a little video clip, which was pretty cool, regarding what the song represented, more like, you know, protests and I guess entitlement and gentrification and all the stuff that's going on in today's world, society.
You know, everybody has an idol DJ. I know when we first started, somebody inspired us to really do it. You know, mine started in my basement when we had a party, and the guy said, the record's getting ready to go off. Would you switch the record? And I switched it, and I had a certain type of feeling about it. You know, I heard the boom, boom, you know, the sound. But I was influenced at a very early age.
Yeah, me too.
Who influenced you as being, you know, for what you did?
Well, when I started DJing, I was a hip-hop DJ.
Okay. We all did that.
And to me, you know, Run DMC, when they started doing their thing in the early 80s, and Def Jam was dominating the early 80s with LL Cool J, Beastie Boys, that whole era. So, you know, and listening to Video Music Box, Rafi McDaniels, all that stuff was influenced. And just learning how to scratch and put the records together and blend, that was the start for me right there. And then I was also incorporating that with the disco era and the electronic music that was happening at that time. The radio DJs were a big influence when you heard Tony Humphries play, Timmy Regisford. You know, these guys, they started this trend with radio and listening to John Robinson on BLS back in the day.
Patterson,
So, you know, I was very influenced by their techniques and how they blended records, and I wanted to be a part of it. I just felt that I was in high school, and I had a lot of opportunities to play at the high school dances, bringing equipment, crates of records, you know, the whole shebang DJing. So, you know, we go back to that generation where the hard work was put into it when you did a party.
Right.
And it was just intriguing because we were all hi-fi, electronically inclined to learn a turntable, the aspects of it, the mixing, you know, it connecting it. It was just very special to me during that time.
What was your first mixer?
Oh my God. I had a GLI 9000.
Okay.
That was my first mixer. It was a four-channel mixer. It was a rack-mounted 19-inch, but you know, it was a wonderful mixer simply because of the way the sound came out of it. I beat the crap out of the fader when I was scratching my ass off learning how to do it.
I can imagine.
Yeah, so that was my first mixer.
Will?
First mixer? I want to say Gemini. Then I went to Newmark. And then straight from there, Pioneer.
Believe it or not, mine was a Clubman.
Wow.
Yeah. You know, when Technique had their first series of SLs.
Wow. Yeah.
You know, I started like the 210, stuff like that. Then everybody just integrated. And then I got my first 1200s. I was like, I felt good when I got my first 1200s.
Actually, once I went into professional mode, I got into the ASR mixer.
Oh, okay.
It was that big one.
It's a great sounding mixer.
Yeah.
So, Frankie, let's talk about some upcoming stuff that you're doing right now that you let your viewers, you know, give them a little leak. Give them a little leak.
I'll give you a little leak. I'm working on the album. It'll be my album. I'm going to put out about 13, 14 songs.
Okay.
It's going to be stuff that I'm going to personally really overlook and write correctly with the right writers and the right artists. I like to work with the young generation simply because I feel that we got to work together. You know, I know these guys feel that they're left behind, that no one really wants to work with them, that, you know, the older guys are more experienced. But you know what? This is a phase.
Right.
And you have to pass the baton. You have to work with guys that are trying to do what we started to do.
I agree.
You know, so I'm going to work on this album and hopefully finish it by this year. It's just that I come across these stumbling blocks with different people that come to the studio because I have a recording studio, and my studio is a commercially based recording studio where I have different people that come in. So sometimes when I'm working on my project and I get a call, listen, I need to do this song on my album, I literally stop. And then I just start finishing what I got to do.
Right.
And then once I'm done with that, I get back on track and I just start doing what I do. So I'm trying to stay relevant with my album to do that, and then remixing projects that come along the way. So stuff like that.
That's cool. So, Will, let me ask you a question. I ask everybody this. You know, paint that picture of where you feel like you want to be 5 years from now.
5 years? Wow. Let's see, I'll be 55 then.
Woo! We won't tell nobody. Y'all didn't hear that.
Well, hopefully I'll be fully into, just doing producing music and pretty much just doing AV work. That's where my mindset is now. I'm going to be playing until I can't play no more.
I hear that.
But as far as commercially, like going out, doing weddings and stuff like that, no. Eventually I'm going to, phase that out and just get into the production and just doing sound and AV work.
Frankie, where you want to be 5 years from now?
Doing what I'm doing right now.
He's young, man. He's,
Making music, DJing, traveling, just staying relevant.
Yeah.
And when
that's
Frankie,
important.
when Frankie comes on live, he brings it.
Yeah, he does.
I mean, the other night
Good
I was
energy.
just happened to be online, and they go Frankie. Yeah, was doing this thing.
Yeah. See, I have a mindset when I play.
Right.
My mindset is always play like it's the last show you're ever gonna do.
Wow.
That's how I feel about it.
Let me ask you a question, though. Being live online, what is it actually consisting of? 'Cause I see a lot of guys do it. I never really tried to do it because
Yeah.
I've,
Being online is a very interesting setup. Basically, what's happening there, it's you're promoting not only your music, other people's music, your technique, what you bring as a DJ to get it out to the masses out there that are listening. Social media is it's a global thing. So I get people from England, I get people from Australia, people from Canada.
Right.
People jump in. I don't really know them. They might know of me, my music, and I'm very humble to this game. So I'm appreciated with those guys coming in, and I respond back when they send me messages. So it just becomes an outlet for people to just come in and just be a part of it, and it becomes a community. It just turns into bigger things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I commend both of you. I listened to both of you guys live. The sound is phenomenal.
Thank you.
Especially you, Will. I was surprised one time that I actually tuned in, and the sound was like incredible.
Thank you.
So what I want you guys to do now is briefly tell your viewers how they can contact you. Start with you, Frank.
Okay, guys, so you can contact me on Facebook, Instagram, Frankie Estevez, Franke, and then my last name is Estevez, Estevez. I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook, I'm on LinkedIn. You guys can find me, even Google my name. You'll see a lot of stuff. You'll see my contact information. I have a recording studio in Jersey for those guys that want to come in and record. The rates are very affordable, so, if you guys find your way to Union City, New Jersey, where I'm located, come on through.
Okay.
Well, DJ Will G, you can find me on Facebook under DJ Will G, as well as Instagram. I'm going to take you up on that because I want to learn how to. So
Before I forget, I wanted to tell you something. I traveled with Sugar Hill Gang as a DJ for a couple
Get
years.
out of here.
Really?
Yeah, I let the cat out of the bag.
Oh, wow.
Because Mr. Joey Robinson is not around anymore, so I guess
Wow.
I did that.
That's kind of cool.
That is cool.
'Cause I knew Sylvia from back in the days
Yeah,
also,
yeah.
when she was actually launching her label. And it took off pretty good,
Yeah, we were part of a Legends of Hip Hop tour, so we did it
Right.
with Houdini and Melly Mel.
Okay.
So
That's kind of cool.
I wanted to throw that out there.
And there it is, y'all. I hope you guys got something out of this. It's about building new platforms for new upcoming artists, and, reaching out. And, if you're going to be selfish in this game, it's not going to work for you. It's a we thing, and that's how you actually progress as far as being success. But like I said, my name is Tyrone Lowe. I'm the host, owner, and all that of T-Lowe Video Productions. And I thank you guys for tuning in, and y'all have a nice day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Some people got no conversation, while others are in daily news. Some people live their lives on Facebook. Some pray to find their inner truth. And there are those who feel entitled to all the riches that this great big world can give. Then there's others out here struggling struggling every day to live. Yeah, I know they say people make the world go round, but it's love we need right now. Sign of the times. It's a sign of the times. Right now. Sign of the times. It's a sign of the times. Sign of the times. Some people live on unemployment, while others work each and every day. And the ones with the higher education, they still want to win the lottery. Some people wanna marry people, some feel same sex is still a little bit taboo. I just wanna save my children, and don't know what the hell I gotta do. Yeah, I know that different people make the world go round, but it's love we need right now. Sign of the times. It's a sign of the times. Sign of the times. Right now. Sign of the times. It's a sign of the times. Sign of the times. We all go through different ups and downs, going round and round in circles. But if there's love and it's a guiding force, we can all come together, make it so much better. Yeah. I know different people make the world go round, but it's love we need right now. Sign of the times. It's a sign of the times. Sign of the times. Right now. Yeah. Sign of the times. It's a sign of the times. Yeah. Sign of the times. Ooh, right now. Sign of the times. It's a sign of the times. Sign of the times. Right now. Sign of the times. It's a sign of the times. Sign of the times. Right now. Right now. It's a sign of the times. Good times. Sign of the times. Right now. Sign of the times. It's a sign of the times.
It's a brand new day, you see, and never more will I be angry and frustrated, 'cause somebody's hating. I won't let that bother me. Life is much too short and I really don't have the time to let someone's opinion keep me from doing all the things that I desire. Don't you know I'm so glad I'm seeing ain't nobody holding me down. I'm glad I'm seeing Love's the reason why I'm here. I've gotten over all my fears. I won't fail to mention the things that you've done to put the joy inside my tears. Now if we all can just be real, yeah, then life is meant to be happy. Never let opinions keep you from reaching all your hopes and all your dreams. Like me, don't you wanna be free? Free just like me. I'm not gonna do it this year. I'm glad I'm free. Everybody hold me down. Thank you, love. Comes from above. You can't take it away from me. I am free. I won't let nothing, no one keep me from being happy. Freedom is a state of mind. Freedom for all Freedom is a state of mind. Freedom for
It's not just mine, his or her house. This is our house.
My assignment, my calling is to inspire, uplift.
You have to make sure your people are partying.
All I want to do is just bring joy to the dance floor and watch people dance.
Tino.
DJ Tyrone Lowe.